Alright, Teague here. Ah! Quick lesson. I'm going to flip this to clean sound. Megadeth, Hangar 18. This song has so many cool parts, but let's jump right in. This isn't the very, very beginning, but I'll explain the very, very beginning after we do this part, because it'll actually be easier than this part. Okay, we're starting with a D minor chord. Let me jump right in here so you can see what we're doing. Okay, D minor, probably know this chord, I'm assuming. First finger, first fret of your E string. Second finger is on the second fret of your third string, the G string. And your third finger is on the third fret of your second string, D minor chord. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1. Oh, by the way, these are just eighth notes, so basically it's quite fast. We're gonna play it a lot slower, but here's a kick drum at 156, like somewhere around this speed. It might actually be a little bit faster. Quarter note would be with every beat. Eighth note will double it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So that's what we're playing here, is all eighth notes. Again, we're not going to play it that fast though for right now. Okay, but we are going to play all eighth notes. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1 on this D minor chord, back to the 3. Then we're going to come up to another D minor chord. This D minor chord is called root position D minor. This was called a second inversion. This is going to go first finger on the 5th fret, second finger on the 6th fret, third finger on the 3rd fret of strings 1, 2, 3 in a row. Also a D minor chord. This one, we're going to go backwards here. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to hit the 4th string. So we went this D minor in first position that you probably already know, and we're going 3, 2, 1, back to 3. So we have 4 notes. We're moving up to D minor in 5th position, where we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then hit the 4th string. Also 4 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's our 8 notes to make one measure, right? We're playing eighth notes, that's one measure long. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then when we hit that D, we're going to let it ring. It's tied over to a whole note, which is worth 4 beats. So that's going to ring for a whole 4 beats. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we start the next chord. So this first measure, or 2 measures, was really just the sound of a D minor in second inversion here, the D minor you probably already know, and a D minor in root position, which may be new to you, but these are both D minor chords. Okay, so far so good. So again, we just went 3, 2, 1, back to 3, and then up to 5th position here to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you'll notice there's a little bit of a slide. It's pretty impossible to not hear that slide sound, and actually if you listen to the recording you can hear the slide too, because when you go, you're going to have to slide in order at that speed to get to 5th position. Sometimes with students I'll have them leave out that last note. So you just go 1 and 2. Right, you don't come back to that A here on the 3rd string. But it's up to you. So if you find that it's hard to put it in time, just go 3, 2, 1. You'll have a pause, so instead of there being another 8th note, it's like a quarter note. And then come down the D minor in 5th. So you'd have 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. That would keep you in time. So if you find coming back to that 3rd string for the coming back to that, if that's messing you up, just leave it out. Okay, second chord is B flat. This B flat is going to look like this. First finger is staying on the, well, not staying because we were here, but we're coming back still on the 1st string, 1st fret. I have my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of my 3rd string, and my pinky on the 3rd fret of my 2nd string. You could also play this with 2 and 3 if you prefer, and there actually is a reason to maybe play it like this, and I'll show you that in a minute. But for now, these 2 fingerings here will probably, it's up to you. It's up to you. I actually, you know what, thinking about it now, this might be better, but it's up to you. I'm going to go with this just for now. So this is a B flat chord. This is a root position B flat. Then we're going to play that the same way, starting on 3. 3, 2, 1, back to 3. But again, you can leave out that 3 if you find that's messing up your time. We're going to come to a B flat in what's called first inversion in 6th position. First finger is barring the 6th fret, strings 1 and 2. And your 2nd finger is playing the 7th fret of your 3rd string. This is also a B flat chord. Same 3 notes, just a different order. In this one, just like the D, what we did with D minor, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Same rhythm. 1 and 2, sorry, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to let that D ring again. So we had D minor for the first 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, my finger hit the D and let it ring. I realize the sun is kind of blocking that fretboard. Hopefully you're able to see what we're doing. Now here's my favorite. I love this next sound. This is giving us a B diminished sound for anybody who has followed me in the past, and you're probably already aware just from this video, but I love music theory. I've always been fascinated with why things sound like the way they do. Plus it makes it easier to learn the fretboard. Okay, so we had our B flat like this. Now here's the reason why again, we popped up to this, so it doesn't matter. The first part of the tune, this will matter more. Sorry if that was confusing. I'll come back. Here's our next chord. It's going to look like B diminished. I'm going to show you two different ways we're going to play it. First finger, first fret, again, of the first string. I'm going to do my third finger here for a minute on the third fret of my second string. Pinky is on the fourth fret of my third string to give me an F, a D, and a B. So this is a B diminished chord in root position. Again, we may want to play it this way. It's a pretty awkward stretch here between 1 and 2 if you do that. But I'll show you why there is a reason you may want to do this too. But again, I think just like what we talked with the B flat, I think you're probably going to want to do, actually because of the intro, what we're going to do, because we go from B flat, we're going to leave those and put the pinky. Again, I'll come back to that. So for now, I guess maybe get good at it both ways, but this might be our better bet. Actually, let me see. It is our better bet. You know what? Never mind with these two fingers. Let's go 1, 2, 3. First fret, third fret, fourth fret. It's an awkward stretch, but it's going to be easier. Same thing again. 3, 2, 1, back to 3. And then we're coming up to, this is still a diminished triad. This is going to give us, I just want to show you it with this fingers for a moment, because it looks like your D7 if you know this D7 back here. And if I move it up here to 6th position, I have a G7, which is also part of a B diminished. But let's play it with these fingers. Second finger, 6th fret of your second string. Third finger is on the 7th fret of your third string. Pinky is on the 7th fret of your first string. This is going to give us a B diminished, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So notice the pick hand is doing the same thing every time. So we went from B diminished in root. Let me pick it here. To B diminished here in 6th position. Neat. So we have D minor. Sorry, it feels like that sun is getting worse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 2, 3, 4. B diminished. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. This is going to give us part of a, it's like a C add 6, C9, C6, 9 I guess we would call it. Let's not get too concerned with the names. It's a very cool sound. Essentially, it's basically a C. I realize I'm going to have to make sure I do something different about my videos here with that window in the background in the daytime. It's not working too well as far as light. We're going to go first finger on the 3rd fret of your 2nd string. Third finger on the 5th fret of your 5th string. Pinky on the 5th fret of your 1st string. And again, same thing again. 3, 2, 1, back to 3. And this is a C chord, just like the B flat we did when we moved up to that B flat. This one will be a whole step higher. So now your first finger is barred across the 8th fret, and your second finger is on the 9th fret of the 3rd string for a C chord. And same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives us the whole riff. So we had D minor. Let's see here if we can. D minor, 2, 3, B flat. 1, 2, 3, B diminished. 1, 2, 3, C. Pretty neat. And then there's a little line. And I'm going to save that for next video. But have fun with that. Musiclearning.com is the site. Check that out. And subscribe if you want to learn more of this tune. There's so many cool parts of this song. There's a bunch of really cool parts of the solo. I don't know if I'll do the whole song. I guess depending on how much demand there is for it. But I'm definitely going to teach all my favorite parts of it. And some of the really tricky parts. And some of the easier parts. And yeah, so again, subscribe. Turn your notifications on. Musiclearning.com is the site. Thanks so much for watching.